Same thing I did. I mean, I did that. I was on the other side of. He got killed by one of his own homeboys. Any real dude that's ever really been in LA, he checked in. Any real dude that's ever been in Atlanta, he checked in. If you moving and you getting money, you gonna check in because you need to know the right places to be.
But there was a lot of big politics getting into it with certain people. You know, Hussle had DJ Khaled in the hood, and Hussle frontline that. And you know, we felt like certain people didn't like.
You see the clip when he was live?
Okay, but
and they said justice for Nip? Wait.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
And what did he do? He started laughing. Your brain is going to react in the most genuine way, naturally.
Big U just got slammed with cuffs and tossed in a cell. And now, Blacc Sam's finally spilling the kind of tea that's got the whole city buzzing, claiming Big U's tied to the deadly setups of Nipsey, Hussle, and PnB Rock. People been whispering for years about Big U's name being in the mix, but he always fired back with loud denials. Now with his arrest and indictment plastered everywhere, those old whispers are turning into a roar. He's facing some heavy charges: conspiracy, extortion, and carrying illegal heat. If that gavel drops the wrong way, he could be gone for life.
About someone being mad about the DJ Khaled video has to be Big U. What Blacc Sam did, he talked about certain things without talking about certain.
But here's the real shocker. Blacc Sam, Nipsey's own brother, is saying Big U's been hiding some serious skeletons. And trust there's folks out here clinking glasses over Big U getting hauled away. Leading the cheers, Blacc Sam himself. Since the day Nipsey was taken in broad daylight, Sam's been straight up saying Big U didn't just play a role in the hit, he might have had a hand in the downfall of other artists too. This mess is spiraling fast.
From my understanding, old boy walked up with no shirt on first to check the scene, because he know what's going on in that parking lot. And had a conversation, probably seen nobody was in the doorways, checked Hussle had on shorts, checked everybody else, left. They say came back with a red shirt on, tiptoed through the alley, and went right and started. So to me, that's premeditated. Number one, there's no red shirts in the hood. You can't buy no red shirt. No liquor store sell no red shirt. Number two, when it come through the alley with a red shirt, that's the throw off.
Nipsey Hussle's life was cut short at just 33 on March 31st, 2019, right in front of his Marathon clothing store. Eric Holder got arrested for pulling the trigger, but the street's been saying for years Big U might have been the one who paid him to get it done. And check this. Word on the block is Eric Holder might be ready to flip the script and toss Big U right under the bus just to cut down his years. Some even claim he's already been feeding the feds info to help lock Big U in for good.
A statement about to come out probably like 2 days.
Statement from who?
Eric.
How do you know that in advance?
Well,
so you're saying by the time this is out?
Hold on, wait.
Listen.
So you're saying we should race this one out?
Wait.
No, I'm just saying.
Word is, the feds been watching Big U like a hawk for over 2 years, so Eric switching sides doesn't sound too wild at all.
It's me the most when people say he got killed by one of his own homeboys.
Right.
Well, at some point he wasn't his homeboy.
Right.
Because he like, you ain't supposed to be here.
Right.
If you fire somebody from Drink Champs,
Right.
and then pull back up to Drink Champs while y'all filming, you're gonna be like, wasn't that a disgruntled employee?
Right.
That means he wasn't the homeboy.
Right.
Like, so they need to dead that.
Big U's been fighting off any talk tying him to Nipsey's death for years. When he sat down on Drink Champs, he swore there was no beef between him and Nipsey. At least that's his version. He brushed off all the chatter, calling it nothing but people chasing clout off Nipsey's loss. Big U even pointed out that Eric Holder Jr. wasn't some random off the street. Nipsey actually knew him. According to Big U, there was no deep conspiracy, just some personal drama between the two.
Getting too much detail, but there was a lot of big politics getting into it with certain people. You know, Hussle had DJ Khaled in the hood. Not to be speaking too much on but we came flying like we always do. And you know, niggas gonna know we gonna crash out behind it. We not playing, ain't nobody saying nothing to Khaled, ain't nobody doing nothing to Khaled, and he's straight. And Hussle frontline that. And you know, we felt like certain people didn't like that. And did the video, Khaled got out of there perfect and smooth, and you know, we appreciated Khaled for showing up and coming to the hood and doing the video, and you know, we knew that this was gonna be one of them videos, man. Hussle brought DJ Khaled to the hood, and
But here's the twist. The official story says Eric pulled the trigger over a snitch comment. Yet that still doesn't explain Big U's strange moves that day. Folks say he was spotted hanging around the area where Nipsey got taken, and his story about where he was kept changing. No one could lock down exactly where he was, who he was with, or what he was really up to. And here's something you can't overlook. Right before Nipsey was taken, he had just walked away from a deal with Big U's label. That move alone had people throwing Big U the hardest side eye. Then came the funeral, and Big U was a ghost. Didn't show up, didn't pay respects, nothing. But the real spark that set the internet ablaze, Big U was caught laughing on a live stream when someone dropped "Justice for Nip" in the comments. After that clip went around, whispers turned into straight-up accusations.
You see the clip when he was live?
Okay, but-
and they said justice for Nip? Wait.
Yeah, yeah.
And what did he do? He started laughing. Your brain is going to react in the most genuine way, naturally.
What you waiting on, though? You don't know what you waiting on, though. What you waiting on? You got to tell us what you waiting on.
Justice for Nip.
Your boy would have been there like, yeah, you got it.
You did. You did.
From that moment, folks started saying Big U was the one who made the call for the hit. Then it got even more twisted. Big U's old associate, Loose Cannon, pulled up on the No Jumper podcast and dropped a jaw dropper. He claimed Big U reached out to him before the shooting even happened, already talking like Nipsey was gone. That's wild. And it didn't stop there. Blacc Sam later appeared on Big Boy's show and threw out what sounded like a heavy hint, saying Eric Holder might not have acted alone. According to Sam, Holder first rolled up to the Marathon store just lurking, like he was checking every detail before making a move. Sam said the whole vibe felt off that day. None of Nipsey's usual security was holding down the spot like they always did. Then Holder dips for a while, only to pop back up rocking a red shirt. And in a Crip neighborhood, that's a bold and dangerous move. And just like that, in seconds, Holder walked straight up to Nipsey. Then shots exploded through the air. According to Blacc Sam, Big U was fuming because Nipsey made a fearless play, shooting a music video with DJ Khaled and John Legend right in their neighborhood without checking in first. And in LA street politics, checking in isn't a friendly suggestion, it's mandatory, like paying dues when you land in certain zones.
I don't think nobody is safe. I know dudes right now from LA who are actual gang members who have been robbed for their jewelry. Who real, like who really real, like if he ever find out who did that, he gonna knock everybody down.
Big U was known to run that whole system hard. If you weren't born and bred in the streets, you had to tap in with him or risk getting pressed, robbed, or worse. But Nipsey, he didn't follow those rules. He brought DJ Khaled straight into Compton. No warning, no calls, no green light, just pulled up and filmed like he owned the pavement.
Told you Nip got killed. You called Nip in a panic. He answered the phone. When you hear his voice, you like, well, Nip ain't dead, but you don't warn him what he said. 30 minutes later, you get a call after the fact, Nip dead.
Completely skipped the whole extortion-style check-in like it was nothing. Word in the street says Big U wasn't having it, not one bit. Some claim he even tried to crash the shoot, sending crew members to stir trouble, but the plan fizzled. Then just days later, Nipsey was gone, gunned down right outside his own Marathon store in LA. Wild thing is, this whole check-in or else culture didn't stop with Nipsey. It might have played a part in taking PnB rock too. His death shook the entire hip-hop game to its core. On September 12th, 2022, he was gunned down in cold blood while grabbing food at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles with his girl. What should have been a chill meal turned into pure tragedy. One of the loudest theories about PnB's killing is that he refused to check in with LA's street power players.
Like, damn, bro, you just came out here like it was just me and him. Me and him went to the projects. He like, bro, like, you ain't got no security and none of that shit. Tripping. And it's like, bro, I got security, but I don't got security. You feel me? Like, I be on my shit too, you feel me? So I be on angles. I'm already watching everything that's going on, so it's gonna be kind of hard for you to get me because I used to do the same.
Some say he thought he didn't have to play by those rules, moving like he was untouchable in his own wave. But others believe that move painted a target on his back, especially when he was flashing heavy ice and sliding in a flashy whip that day. The core of the story's no mystery. PnB Rock lost his life while eating in South LA. Reports say a 17-year-old allegedly sent by his father, Freddie Trone, pulled the trigger.
Thoughts on what happened to PnB?
I mean, it could happen to everybody. Just to be honest with you, I spoke on that. It's about greed. You know what I mean? Greed, envy, same thing I did. I mean, I did that. I was on the other side of, I grew up and I lived on the other side of what PnB Rock.
Trone later got slapped with a life sentence for his role in the cold-blooded hit. What really had people's heads spinning was what Loose Cannon revealed after everything went down. In an interview, he dropped a heavy bomb, claiming he and Big U were at that exact same Roscoe's on the same day PnB Rock was gunned down. Wild, right? So did Big U fire back? Yep! Once the backlash started heating up, Big U finally spoke out, flat out denying he had anything to do with PnB Rock's death. When folks pressed him, he brushed it off, saying something like it could have happened to anybody out there. But here's the part that kept people talking. Big U never denied being at Roscoe's that day. He didn't confirm it either, just kept his words slippery. And to top it off, he used the whole situation to defend LA's check-in system. According to him, it's not about shaking artists down or pulling extortion moves.
The part about it is I was at Roscoe's when it happened.
You know, dude was like, he wanted that chain. He said no, and boop boop, no questions asked, and just took it and bounced.
But he stood on his business, but then it ultimately cost his life. And then people don't have to understand the kid was only 17 years old. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it just...
He says it's about keeping people safe and showing respect in a city where street politics run deep. Here's the wild rumor that's been shaking the streets. Word is, Big U might have known PnB Rock was rolling light that day with no real security on deck. Some even whisper he could have staged a robbery that spun way out of control. After PnB's death, one question had fans and critics stuck. Why was he in a high-risk spot, rocking heavy ice, sliding in a flashy ride, and not a single bodyguard in sight? It just didn't make sense.
Any real dude that's ever really been in LA, he checked in. Any real dude that's ever been in Atlanta, he checked in. If you moving and you getting money, you gonna check in because you need to know the right places to be and places not to be. That's a businessman. So I mean, but shit, some people feel like I am who I am. To speak to I don't want to say his name, PnB Rock.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's the case with him. I think he was living here so long, he felt like he knew the place, and that's good. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think his situation is a checking in situation. He been living here, he know the people, he kind of know how to move. He just got caught slipping, if you ask me. Could happen to me tomorrow. So I don't think his is a real, like, quote unquote checking in and not checking in. Because when you move here and you now call this home, shit, you checked in. You like, this home, I ain't no visitors no more, like I live with y'all.
PnB had always been upfront about not wanting security around him. He said it himself. He liked moving low-key and handling anything that came his way on his own terms. But even though that might have made him feel untouchable, it left him wide open to danger. This theory only got louder once people started rewatching Big U's interviews after PnB's passing. He came off almost ice cold talking about it, barely any emotion at all. For a lot of folks, that cold vibe was a red flag they just couldn't ignore. A lot of people don't buy the idea that Big U wanted artists to check in just for their safety. They believe it was all about control. Word is his real play was knowing exactly who was sliding into LA and when, especially big names like PnB Rock and Nipsey Hussle. That way, he could keep tabs on them and maybe even set up moves behind the scenes that nobody saw coming. Now that Big U's behind bars, Blacc Sam is talking loud, saying justice is finally on the way for both Nipsey and PnB Rock. And the internet, they're riding with him heavy. With Big U locked up, people are crawling out the shadows, telling stories they never dared to say before. Old associates, street names with weight, and even industry folks are spilling, and the picture they're painting is ugly. Rumors say Big U's reach was way deeper than anyone guessed. Some claim he had a whole network, people in position making sure everything tilted in his favor, no matter the cost. If you crossed him or skipped showing proper respect, it could take everything from you, your career, your freedom, maybe even your life. And Blacc Sam, he's not pulling a single punch anymore. He's saying straight up the streets already know what went down, and now it's finally time for all the pain, betrayal, and secrets to hit the light. Social media is lit right now. People are calling for full investigations, not just into Nipsey and PnB's deaths, but a whole list of shady moves Big U might have been wrapped up in. With pressure climbing, Big U's old connections are scrambling. Some laying low, others trying to flip before the feds show up at their door. Word is, this investigation is way bigger than anyone expected. It's not just about Nipsey and PnB anymore. It's about years of power plays, backdoor deals, and street politics turning dirty. Sources close to the case claim the feds got wiretaps, witness statements, and maybe even some old allies ready to testify just to save themselves. Big U's name is tied to a long trail of questionable moves. And now that he's behind bars, people aren't scared to say it out loud anymore. Meanwhile, Blacc Sam is pushing for the truth, no matter how messy it gets. He's been telling folks that Nipsey was trying to walk away from the street life for good, but some people just couldn't let him leave that easy. With Big U's grip finally slipping, the streets are louder than ever. Every corner's got new talk about the people he supposedly crossed. Artists who vanished without a trace, deals that got mysteriously shut down, and beefs that ended in bloodshed. Now folks are piecing it all together, and what's showing up ain't looking good. Some say Big U had a quiet chokehold on the game for years, deciding who could rise and who'd get pushed right out, both in music and in the streets. Old grudges are crawling back to the surface, and faces we haven't seen in forever are stepping forward with shocking stories. More and more people are claiming they were pressured, threatened, or set up the second they refused to move how Big U wanted. Blacc Sam's not letting up either. His voice is cutting through the noise, calling for the streets and the industry to finally get cleaned up. He keeps reminding people that Nipsey's vision went way beyond music. It was about breaking chains and building real freedom. Now the city's on edge, waiting for the next bomb to drop, because with Big U locked away, the game's about to flip in a whole new direction. One user online wasn't holding back, posting, "Look at him, making it clear people gotta check in. He's probably behind every single robbery in LA." Another jumped in, "Extortion, extortion, extortion. If you're in hip hop or entertainment, you better hire real security, period." And it didn't stop. Somebody else dropped, "I agree. Big U was crazy jealous of Nipsey's success." Man, the streets and the internet are talking loud right now, so I gotta throw it to you. What's your take on all this? What do you make of Big U's arrest? Could this be way bigger than what they're letting us see? Even without official charges yet, what if the rumors are real and dudes like Eric Holder are already cutting deals, snitching just to shave time off their sentences? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every single one. While you're here, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe so you stay locked in, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Go ahead and click on the next video. It's just as wild and you definitely don't want to miss it. See you there.